Hi and welcome to WMD, that's Woody's Modelling Diary, here at the Roxby Rail Museum. If I sound a little bit breathless, it's because I've just finished a mammoth grass cutting exercise. It's a beautiful day. Today is Tuesday the 13th of June 2023. Summer has arrived. I'm going to have a quick look in the restoration shed here, see what's going on. And the first thing we come across is Ketton number 1, which was used by Ketton Cement Works. Currently under restoration, obviously. It's a example of a dumb buffer. Doesn't have conventional buffers. It's got these sort of metal boxes with wooden inserts. The problem with this loco is because it worked in cement for most of its life, it is absolutely coated. And to get down to the bare metal, especially in the hidden parts, the guys are having to use needle guns, hammers and chisels and other forms of abrasive methods to try and get the cement out and off the metal so we can actually see what the condition of the metal is. Theoretically, with that much cement on it, it shouldn't be too bad, but that's something which no doubt will reveal itself over the next few months as more work's carried out. Moving a bit further down, this is Elizabeth, a little 040 loco, currently under restoration. It looks as though it's got a long way to go, but it's very near to being finished. All the sort of steam parts have been done. Unfortunately, as with all these sorts of projects, once they stop for a while, they become a sort of resting place for various bits and pieces. There's the cylinders. That's the drain cock for the cylinder. Connecting rods. And it's a rare sight to actually see underneath what will be a saddle tank, water tank going on top of that. So that's the actual sort of boiler there. Moving a bit further down, we've got the business end, and this is where the cab will go. There's the firebox, the glass gauges for the water, and the various pipes to be connected up. A lot of copper and brass there. And that big lever there is the handbrake. And talking of brakes, we've got the Shark brake van, which is currently undergoing restoration. Was supposed to be done over the winter, but as with all sorts of museum type issues, that didn't actually come about, so it's being restored in between operation on our operational days. And if you want to see when Roxby Rail is open, just search Google for Roxby Rail. You'll come across our website or our Facebook page. We do have regular events, and you could be riding in this brake van on one of our operational days, or if you come on a other non-operational day, you can at least see what we're up to. It was certainly a large van. Had new running boards, the chassis has been painted, a lot of the woodwork on the side has been replaced, the doors have been done. There's a lot still to be done, but it's certainly a long way from where it was, and it certainly looks a lot better. You can see the buffer beam detail, vacuum hose, the actual couplers. That's the lamp iron, and being a brake van, the rear of the train would always show a red lamp. And then this is Harriet the JCB. Why it's called Harriet, I have no idea. But as you can tell by the red oxide, it is undergoing some form of restoration in between working schedules. And then You'll have to excuse a quick turnaround there. But we've got the cat. Which also sits in there. That's not undergoing restoration, although I dare say at some stage it will become a classic vehicle, but not for a long time yet. But as you can see, with a restoration shed of this nature, there's a lot going on, and it is one of those places which almost takes you back 40 or 50 years. You don't see sort of workbenches like these anymore, although with the amount of stuff on them you wonder how anything does get by, or even done. But it's surprising, it's exceedingly warm outside, but inside here it is nice and cool, despite this being a corrugated iron building. And it's not in the shade. There's the other side of Elizabeth. The red lever, I believe, is the reversing lever. That decides whether you're going backwards or forwards. And one of the great things about being a volunteer is you actually get to be able to see these sorts of things in close-up detail. Not many people get to see what's in between the frames of a steam loco. Not a great deal, but nevertheless interesting. And that's Ketton number 1. That's the cab end. Again, you can see it's a little 040. And despite the huge bonnet on it, the engine only probably takes up a third of it. There is a lot of space in there. But in a place like this you also get a lot of bygone signs, Harletston Quarries, just up there. See if I can zoom in on that. Ruston by Curus, Woolsthorpe Quarries. This shed originally, it's called the Woolsthorpe Shed, but it actually comes from a village, or near to a village called Harston, just at the back of Belvoir Castle in the north of Leicestershire. Anyway, that's what's going on in the restoration shed. So I hope that's been of interest to you, and it might entice one or two of you to actually come down and have a look what we're up to. We're a friendly bunch here, plenty to have a look at, and if I do any more of those videos we'll probably go and have a look a little later at the Simon Layfield exhibition centre just across the way, and we've got some really interesting locos in there. Anyway, thanks ever so much for watching, hope you've enjoyed, take care of yourselves, bye.